Back. Now, today marks a new chapter for the Matric class of 2020. It's been a year like no other, plagued by the COVID-19 pandemic and with much uncertainty about the future. Now, most pupils are fetching their results today, and our senior reporter Avi Wemtila is at the Orlando West High School in Soweto. Tsahuacho Mwari is at the Pretoria Central High School, and also Lebesutu Hejana is at the Phumelela High School in Cape Town. Colleagues, good to have you, and good morning to you. Let me start with you, Avi, where just in terms of the pupils coming to collect their results today, I can imagine filled with so much anxiety, but also so much courage that they did their best.
We're expecting those students to come and fetch their results here from any time. Orlando West High School, part of the schools that contributed to Gauteng's 83% pass rate. Of course, that is second nationally. But of course, doing all of this under the COVID-19 pandemic, they even called the COVID class. But I'm here to get reaction, of course. There is also the teacher side of things. And joining us is the South African Democratic Teachers Union's Xolani Fakute. I'm sure you must be happy, proud of your members contributing to these results that you've seen in Gauteng.
Well, firstly, let me greet you, Avi. Let me greet the viewers as well on this South African morning. Yes, indeed, we want to start by commending and really congratulating the class of 2020, both the learners and the educators and the parents. As we know, Avi, it was an extremely tough year for all of us. We all had to deal with a pandemic that we had not dealt with before. There had to be a number of disruptions during that particular academic year. However, what we saw our teachers really going the extra mile, ensuring that even those learners that would have been left behind by these particular disruptions at least can be able to recover. So we worked extra hours on weekends, early morning classes, etc., just to make sure that really we bring our learners up to speed with what was expected of them. So we are very proud of the class of 2020, and we are very proud of our members as such as well.
You must have faced a myriad of challenges, and just going forward now, 2021, COVID-19 is still an issue around the world. What are you going to do to ensure that we even get better results?
Well, the fact of the matter, Avio, is that we still are dealing with a bit of uncertainty. We are told that there could be a third wave. There could even possibly be a fourth wave for that matter. So what we are going to do ourselves as such is that firstly, we're going to continuously engage the Department of Basic Education, because we believe that it has got a responsibility to make sure that it explores interventions such as blended learning, for instance. So blended learning whereby we could have both technology, off-site learning, online learning, etc., and other resources being made available for learners and our teachers, particularly in the poorer schools, the township schools, the rural schools. So we want to make sure that we explore those interventions moving forward.
Thank you very much. Xolani Fakute from the South African Democratic Teachers Union, speaking about blended learning to ensure even better results for 2021.
All right, then, Avi, we're hearing there from Xolani Fakute. Let me come to Tseho Mwari. Tseho, this has been quite a challenging year for the class of 2020. We do know that Tshwane also have certain districts which were some of the top performing within Gauteng. What do you have for us from where you are?
Well, good morning, Tumelo. Yes, so Tshwane South has been the top performing district for about 4 years in a row, so 4 years consecutively. And when I spoke to the district director yesterday, she was just so excited and so happy. And she actually retires this year, so she's very glad that she was able to put Tshwane South on the map of Gauteng. But let's just get reaction from some of the matriculants, the 2020 matriculants. I'm joined by Hlalala Hlongwane. Thank you so much for your time. So just tell us, are you excited? Are you happy to be starting your new chapter?
I'm very excited to be starting a new chapter. Like, regarding 2020 being a difficult year, I feel very excited because we were faced with the most challenging times, and with the support from our school and teachers being there for us, being online all the time for us to ask questions, that was really nice. And the support from our parents as well, and our elders who were there to assist with the school. Like, I'm really excited.
Now, what subjects did you do well in, and what are you going to be doing then from this year going forward?
I feel I did well in accounting, physical sciences, and my maths as well. And I'll be going to University of Pretoria to do civil engineering, hopefully so.
All right. And what message would you give for the class of 2021?
I feel like they should just put in hard work, Like, you don't have to sleep 8 hours every day. You should just be there and also have a very strong support system all the time.
Thank you so much, Hlalala. She is Hlalala Thongwane, a grade 12 pupil right here from, of course, the class of 2020. And she says you don't have to sleep 8 hours a day. Okay. Dimpo, tell us, what are you excited about this year? And are you excited really about what has happened and, of course, being able to complete your 2020 year?
What I'm excited about is that I did very well this year. For my matric last year. Even though, like Hlalala said, it was very difficult and challenging for us. With all the stress, the pressure that we were getting, we were able to pull through and we got to achieve the results that are required by university. And what I'm most excited about is that I'll be going to university and I'll be studying a course biomedicine in Pearson Institute. So I'm very happy.
Oh my word, so you've done well in those big subjects as well?
Yes, I did very well. My top subjects are life sciences, geography, physical sciences.
And you were telling me that you were actually aiming for distinctions?
Yes, I was aiming for distinctions, but unfortunately I did not get any. But as long as I got to achieve the required marks for a university entry, then I'm okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Dimpo Baloyi. So, two young ladies, Tumelo, really excited about the future, and the advice that we really have gotten from Hlalala is not to sleep the full 8 hours.
Yeah, now we know what to do to succeed, right? But also mentioning that support system is quite important. You can see that got them through, definitely. Let me move to Nobesutu. Nobesutu, we heard from Tshego speaking to, students quite proud of themselves. We heard from Avi Umtila speaking to, Kolani there representing the department. I can only imagine that, teachers, principals, parents can only be proud of, the effort shown from the class of 2020.
Yeah, and actually the teachers have started to come in here at Sophumelela High School in Samora in Philippi. But I'm joined by the principal who was telling me that the class of 2019 dropped significantly, and which was the worst results for the school in 10 years. But Mr. O, can you tell me about the challenges that you faced during the pandemic?
Thank you very much. We faced double tragedies last year because it was the year of pandemic, and we had colleagues who contracted the virus. We also lost a colleague last year due to coronavirus. And one other challenge, as I've already indicated to you, we had to face a challenge of being an underperforming school since 2009 by dropping below 70%. That is the threshold for CED performing schools. So we're faced with those two challenges, but I just want to indicate that the dedication that is from the learners, commitment and also cooperation made everything easy, because also their teachers were so committed in engaging them. They were even teaching them through voice messages, also using WhatsApp groups, trying to interact and also keep them into speed.
Yeah. And given those challenges that you faced in the past, what are your expectations this year?
The expectations, we're trying at least just to push, just to be above 70%, just to be a performing school. And we're hoping that with the social partners that have helped us, like Putranong, also Life Choices, and also Educate, and also star schools that help us a lot in terms of engaging our learners. We are hoping at least we'll be at least above 70%.
Yeah. And quickly, when can the learners expect their results? Because I understand you'll be rushing to the district to fetch them.
Yes, at 8 o'clock the results will be released, and we will be back after 8. I think at 9 o'clock learners will be able to get their results.
All right, thank you very much. Well, Tumelo, that was Mr. O. And the question that he promised to ask us earlier on, he did say that he did not get a distinction during his time. I also got one distinction in Matric, but that was 10 years ago, and I don't think that's relevant now to discuss which subjects I did well on.
Absolutely. Context is key, right? Context is key, Nobesutu. Thank you so much, Nobesutu Hechana. They're just updating us, of course, on what the matriculants had to say in January.